Well, hey there, folks. I'm Meteorologist Matt Barrentine. There's a look down there, of course, at Orange Beach from our Turquoise Place camera. And yeah, looking at a lot of folks out there on the beach already starting the day. And look at the surf. It is getting a bit rougher out there. The National Weather Service has now raised us to a high level, a high risk of rip currents here today. So things are not as smooth as they have been. Got some swells coming in there off the Gulf of Mexico. So a little bit rougher day if you're somebody visiting here, our local beaches. Please keep that in mind. I know a lot of folks come down from North and Central Alabama, North Georgia, all these areas where you swim in a lot of lakes a lot. The Gulf of Mexico is a lot different. It can be very, very dangerous, so please don't take that for granted. Be safe out there. We have a high risk of rip currents today. Hey there, folks. I'm Meteorologist Matt Barrentine. I hope you're having yourself a good start to your Sunday. It is going to be a warm and humid day, but of course it is July. This is July. This is the way it's supposed to be. Right now, Eastern Shore, Fairhope, 79 degrees. Brooklyn, downtown, 83. Feels like 93 already, so very warm and steamy there at Brooklyn Field downtown. I have been watching a couple little showers popping up here this morning. You can see they're right along the coastline or just off. So if you're down there, actually down here at our Gulf Shores or in Orange Beach, like I said, visiting and vacationing, you could look to the south and you will see some lightning out there. We do have a few thunderstorms rumbling about just offshore. A lot of times these things don't hold together too well, but they might, looks like these will try to just brush along the beach. So do watch out for these a little bit later on this morning. They may be able to hold together. So if you're going out to the beach, please keep that in mind. Keep a close eye on these. You don't want to be out on the beach if you start getting some lightning close by. So keep a wary eye on those storms just offshore here this morning. Big picture, very typical setup. We got high pressure out here in the Atlantic, and what that does is create this, this clockwise flow, and that means we'll get east to southeasterly flow across our area, which will help to pump in the moisture and give us scattered showers and storms. They start out in the morning along the coastline, and then in the afternoon we get the sea breeze, and they'll move inland a bit, and we'll see some scattered showers and storms. You'll see that here on the Futurecast. Here we are at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Some scattered showers and storms you see. I mean, they're not everywhere. This is typical. They're going to pop up, and some of us are going to get them, and some of us aren't. They're going to move generally from about east to west, or maybe a little southeast to northwest here this afternoon. So if you see some lightning flashing to the east of you or hear some thunder coming in from the east, that's headed towards you if you're west of the storm. So sort of orient yourself. If you're in Mobile and you hear some thunder off around, or see a big storm cloud over around Daphne area across the bay, that's headed your way. If you are on the other side of the storm, if you're east of a storm, the storm is west of you, it's moving away from you. They confuse you. And then not everybody's good with directions, but just be aware that they are moving from east to west here across the area today. All right, so we continue to see these popping up and bubbling up here throughout the afternoon and early evening. Then once the evening comes along, things quiet down. All right, so here's the afternoon. Hot and humid, spotty to scattered storms, temperatures in the low to mid-90s. Looks like a July afternoon here for us. Heat index values, this honestly not too bad. I mean, nowhere near where we'd have to be for a advisory. So we're not that hot today. We're uncomfortable, but we live in uncomfortable in July with the steamy conditions, but not too bad. It certainly could be a lot worse. Beach forecast, like I said, that rip current risk is now high, so please keep that in mind. Check your local beach flags. I think we'll likely have mostly yellow flags still at our beaches today. We may see them go to red either late today or on into tomorrow. Like I said, always check your local beach flags. Conditions do vary across our shorelines. One thing too, there's been also check out for these. There's been a lot of purple flags lately. I know at least in Baldwin County, there's the little brown jellies that you got to watch out for. They're not the big man of wars, so that's the good news. But nonetheless, they can give you a good little sting. Here's what it looks like in the tropics. Now, last few days, I've been able to tell you nothing going on, nothing going on, nothing going on. Today, I can't say that. Almost, because this really isn't much. And I've been looking at the global models on this. Really doesn't do a whole lot with this. And you can see the 0% in 2 days and only 10% in 5 days. Now, sometimes kind of joke that when they first put out, that percentage like that from the Hurricane Center, that it's their opening bid, and you can always expect that bid to start going up. This one, it may really end up being like this because, like I said, the global models really don't do a whole lot with this. It's going to track its way across the Gulf. It may bring some extra rain over there into Texas eventually. So we'll keep an eye on this. Right now it's very obviously disorganized, not much going on with it. Things can always change because it is the tropics, but for now I'm not terribly concerned. Just something we'll keep an eye on here for you the next several days, maybe more than anything else. Just a reminder that tropical season is still happening, even though we've been in a lull the last couple of weeks. And things eventually, whether it's this thing or something else, will eventually pick up. So we'll keep an eye on it for you, but right now, once again, no major concerns. All right. Look through the next week and a half, and that's July in a nutshell. This is what we live with here in July on the Gulf Coast. It's going to continue to be hot and humid. Scattered showers and storms essentially every single afternoon. The rain chances bobble around a little bit between about 30 and 50%. That's really the only change day to day. Temperatures bobble around a little bit between about 91 and 93 degrees. So very little change day to day with this kind of a forecast in late July, but this is very typical, very expected. The dog days of summer, we stay like this through the month of August as well, so we're not going to see a whole lot of major changes. Really, about the only thing that creates the major changes, obviously, is tropical weather. So that's the main thing we have to keep an eye on for any big swings. But until then, until we see something like that, we'll continue to see our normal weather here for this time of year. So you just do your best. You know how the drill is. Do your best to stay cool. When the thunder rumbles, you go ahead and get on indoors for a little bit, let the storms pass, because they generally are fairly quick storms. They rumble, they build up, and they rain themselves out, and they fall back down again. Once again, let me show you what the radar looks like here this morning. We do have a couple of showers working their way along the coastline and just offshore. So if you're down, like I said, at a local beach, especially in Baldwin County and Escambia County, you look south, you'll be able to see that out there. You might also be able to see some water spouts whenever we have these coastal morning thunderstorms like this. A lot of times they do produce water spouts there offshore. So nothing that's damaging or anything like that. It's just part of the drill with these kind of storms here offshore. So anyway, watch out for these if you're along the coastline this morning. A lot of times they don't fully hold together as they make their way in, but sometimes they do, so you'll have to watch out for those. But there are a few storms coastal this morning. There'll be scattered storms inland later on, and of course it'll be hot, it'll be humid. Once again, here's a look at the beach down there in Orange Beach, and look at the surf. Once again, how white and frothy the surf is. So the surf has picked up, so if you are going to beach day, please be careful out there. Generally try to pick a spot near a lifeguard tower. Don't get too far in that water. Look at the beach flags. If they're yellow, you can still get in the water. I wouldn't go much deeper than waist deep. If they are red, dip your toes in to cool off, and that's about it. Don't take chances with the Gulf. It is the most dangerous weather-related issue that we have along the Gulf Coast is rip current risk and rip current deaths, and we get a number of them every year, and unfailingly almost every time it's somebody visiting from the northern part of our state or out of state, folks who are not used to the Gulf of Mexico. It is not like a lake, it is not like a pool, and it can be deadly. So please be careful out there, not just to scare everybody. You just got to be wary and be safe and follow those beach flags. Have yourselves a great day. Have yourselves a great Sunday. We will catch up with you soon. Fox 10 News at 9 p.m. of course tonight. Of course, if we get any major weather out there today, I will break in here on Facebook and YouTube and let you know all about it. Take care. Have a great day.